going for that single off the mark. Anshuman Guru Prasanna off the mark. Royal Oman Stallions. Two good sides. It's just one or two bad games in this shorter format, and it has been regular for us to watch these two sides, one of them making it to the final. But for the first time in the last couple of tournaments, there won't be Royal Oman Stallions and Yalla Shabab Giants in the final of D10.
Well, I think this thing is very, very interesting and what you call positive for the other teams who are not come to that level. But seeing that, yes, Royal Stallion is out from the final. Yalla Shabab is out from the final. Some team from downgrade like IS Invincible coming up, Majestat is coming. Yes, give them, more energy and confidence. Yes, we can do that. Some other teams also will come with the same enthusiasm.
Oh, absolutely, I completely agree. And one thing, what I have learned from IS Invincibles is you need to have patience and keep working hard. Definitely one day you'll taste the success, and that is what they are doing for the past few seasons. Loud appeal and incoming delivery. Not out, says Zaman Qureshi. Is there a bat involved?
Junaid Ahmed, yes, he's always tried to play onto the onside. Actually, shuffling in front of the wicket for the batsman is a very, very, you can, sorry side of that. Because the umpire's always been a doubt. He's shuffled in front, he might be the ball hit the pad in front of the wicket.
Playing across the line is not easy. It's a risky shot. Using the fade, goes toward that extra cover. Beautifully managed. 4 runs for Anshuman Guru Prasanna and the first boundary for Royal Oman Stallions.
This is the boy who I'm talking about also this tournament. Developed himself as a solid opening bat. Coming down the wicket, just open the face of the bat through the vacant cover boundary. One of the best batters we have seen in this D10 format. And he's completely showing as a top class opening batter.
On top of that, Jamil bhai, he knows exactly where the fielders are positioned. He makes sure always to play in the gap, find those gaps at will. Technically very sound batter. Thought of a run. Sanju Sajeev comes into an act, no proper backup. It was Azmat, I think, had shot mid-wicket.
What's the quality of a batter, Mudassir, that he knows the fielder where they're standing, how to get the gap between, how to pierce the gap. So this is what I'm talking about Anshuman. Now he's such a developed player, he can pierce the gap at his will with his timings and of course footwork as well.
And also he uses a wrist quite nicely. Big heave, proper connection, and a maximum result for Junaid Ahmed. Was promoted up the order. First maximum for Royal Oman Stallions.
What a hit. Brilliantly picked off the toes over to the square leg. Look at that one. Beautiful timing. Over ended with a mighty 6. 1 over completed. 13 for no wicket.
So Mujibur Ali bowling the second over from Oman LNG end. So Gopakumar officiating this game alongside Zaman Qureshi. Though we missed quite a few big names in this tournament, but very impressed the way the other boys performed. We have seen so many last over, last ball thrillers.
Live up to the reputation of D10 series, powered by the Fun News. We were talking about Reliance's challengers yesterday, but now I got the name of about 8 players who are missing in their team and they are playing still.
No Prithvi Machi, no Sufyan Mahmood, no Nadeem, no Hamad Mirza. Bilal and Fawad Ali are no more a
Yes,
part of Renaissance Challengers because before the season they have
moved up.
left the team, and the likes of Rafi and Abrar also missing. Driven nicely, finding those gaps. These dupe batters getting those runs in the power play. The left hand right hand combination doing wonders at the top for Royal Oman Stallions. Another boundary for Royal Oman, this time from the blade of Junaid Ahmed.
With that one, beautifully played. Perfect left-hander batsman cover drive.
Big heave towards mid-wicket region. A long chase for Sanju Sajeev. Overall, good piece of cricket we are witnessing, and rightly said, 8 players missing for Renaissance Challenger, but Hamad Ifrah led the side well, and they made into the final, but at one game, the final game, in fact, a couple of nights ago, last 3 overs, 39 needed, and one of the bowlers went for plenty of runs. So near, but yet so far for Renaissance.
It's good that they have tested all those who were in the benchmarkers, and out of them, maybe a couple of 3-4 players, I'm sure they will be inducted into the Premier League matches by Renaissance Challengers.
Drifting down the leg, good take by Mohammad Sami. A solid defense, got 9 runs from that over. So the power play belongs to the batting side. Royal Oman Stallions 22 for no loss. So 22 for no loss. Azmat Khan has been introduced early into the attack, bowling the third over. Gone for plenty of runs in his second over last night. Beautifully managed. Single. And he came well prepared during the toss. It was not like he just came out to flip the coin, but the way he responded to the questions of Pranav, he was so confident, and he knows exactly what he was talking. Saad Bagar, very impressive during the toss. The absence of Karan Sonavle leading the side Saad Baggar. Left arm orthodox Azmat Khan playing his second game of this tournament. Tossed up delivery, inside edge going past the leg stick and the wicket keeper. Beautifully bowled by Azmat.
Now, actually, both the teams are right trying to win the game and close this D10 with a winning note. I'm sure they must be realizing that there must be something left out which could not, take them to the finals. All credit goes to the other teams, especially IAS Invincibles and Majis Titans, and up to some extent Reliance Challengers as well. They really showed great comeback compared to D20 that we have played of Oman before. So it's a very good sign that they're adapting themselves for the both shorter formats, D10 and D20.
Three balls, three singles. Beautifully fielded. So one more single. So far a calm over in progress.
We have seen some spectacular catches and well, Muzassir, in this D10. Couple of them, it's just, printed on our mind, especially a seal's catch that you took on Miton. It was one of the most spectacular catch we have seen in this tournament. Absolutely out of nowhere, he jumped in the air, catch the ball in one hand. Wow.
And what makes it so special is the ball almost, it went past him, the 30-yard circle, then that dive in the air. And Azmat strikes, he gets that big wicket of Anshuman, forcing him to play on the back foot. Ball just stopping and coming on the blade. An easy catch taken by the fielder.
I think it's a missed time. Did try to play on to the on, but go straight to the short cover. Easiest of the catches. The wicket number 1 back to the dugout for our Stallions. 27 for 1.
'27. Productive over, a successful one. The previous one from Azmat going for 5 runs and a wicket to his name. And spinner Jay Odedra to Junaid Ahmed.
Jay is not among the wickets in this tournament that much as he has to be one of the main bowlers of the national team. Got wickets, but not as expected from him being the senior most experienced bowler in the team as well.
And also he was not used on a consistent basis by the captain Shiv Narayan. Cut hard but straight to the fielder. I was shocked in the last few games, even the likes of Sai Shiv Narayana, who bowled well in the first round, he did not came to bowl in the few crunch situations. So quite surprisingly. Another one on the back foot, another one. Straight towards fielder Khalik, lightning quick. It's a good start to the over.
Good, smart field placement by the captain. They know that Junaid will like to pierce the field. There's no one there in the short extra cover. The wide gap between long off and deep extra cover. This time played out for the comfortable single.
Two left-handed batters. Now it's Faizan Abdullah, promoted up the order in the absence of Karan Sonavle.
Very, very good over from Jayadedra. Just one run in this over so far.
Length and line have been superb in this over, pulling as per the field. Not bowling full. Another one. Force the batter on the back foot. So last couple of overs, just 7 runs. A wicket went down in this over. 2 runs from Jay Odedra. 4 overs gone. 29 for the loss of 1. There's a dip in that run rate from 11 runs per over. It came down to 7.25. Thanks to Azmat Khan and Jay Odedra, 2 spinners bowling in tandem. Going past the wood of Faizan, he was committed on the front foot. Some turn for Azmat Khan.
Well, playing on this wicket for so many matches, definitely something will be there for the spinners as well. As Pranav mentioned, couple of areas from where the ball can take a turn. But again, the basic is that our wasted wicket is absolutely hard. Even there may be cracks, maybe, but that's not solid cracks.
Also, it's not a kind of a wicket like where we can say there is a lot of turn. Yes, the spinners, they are getting some purchase, but as a batter you are expected to negate that spin, get those runs. It's very slow in the air. Azmat and Jay Odedra, they have read the surface quite well here. On top of that, they're not bowling full, bowling at the right areas on those rough patches.
But I think in the final finale, I hope the wicket will become more straighter, since there are a lot of dews coming from last couple of days.
In the air, another batter perishes here. And Azmat Khan, he is having a good game. Tossed up delivery and trying to go big towards that leg side. Some turn on offer for Azmat Khan. Junaid Ahmed departs.
Similar the way the first wicket fell down, that was also stoppage, trying to play on to the onside, and definitely ball turns a bit, take the top edge and got out. So wicket number 3 is back into the power. Sorry, wicket number 2, 30 for 2.
Both the openers are back in the hut and walks in the captain, Saad Bagar. In a difficult situation here after a flying start in the first 2 overs, 22 for no loss. And next 16 balls, they were able to get just 8 runs and also losing 2 wickets.
Good, he has moved himself to the up order. Saad Bagar got chance to show that he also a very good batter as well. And he has to do and go for some runs for the team. Beautifully bowled once again. Very nippy bowling from Azmat Khan. I mean, just trying to move within the 3 wickets, turning from very close to the bat.
Trying to play in the gap, but Khalik putting that full length dive. So an exceptional spell from Azmat Khan comes to an end. 2 overs going for 7, couple of wickets, 5 was gone, 31 for the loss of 2.
At the halfway stage, Royal Oman Stallions 31 for the loss of 2 wickets, and this certainly is a dead rubber, but then at the moment these two sides against each other is always very competitive because the quality of cricket is absolutely up there. It's high standards here, and they'll be playing for bragging rights in their camp because Royal Oman Stallions and Yalla Shabab Giants are that quality of a side. Not too many things going their way in the whole D10 tournament, but then that was expected. A lot of key players just missing out. Jay Udedra, he started off very tight in his first over and looking to do the same in the second. Speaking of quality, we've got Pranav Mehta, who should be looking to get us some good quality food.
Thank you so much. I mean, a very good evening to everyone. Straight a tonk down the ground, and Saishev is never going to be dropping something as simple as that. You can't be going after the quality of Jay Odedra. He's been that rusty of a character, but he's just getting rust off.
Oh yes, and it was a slower delivery, look to flight the ball, and that loop probably doing Abdullah for good here. Good catch, and the third wicket falls for Royal Oman Stallions. It's 32 for 3. Sharfuddin, and he is out there in the middle, probably the most improved and the most sought after player in that Royal Oman Stallions this tournament in the Oman D10 powered by Dafa News, and he's looked to make contributions to his team every now and then in every game, just bowling his heart out either with the ball or even with the bat. As a matter of fact, packs a punch, and he's out there early.
My concern is that Royal Oman Stallions are not missing a lot of batting options. Yes, the likes of Vinayak Shukla, Chitin Kumar Ramanandi, probably Hasnain Ali Shah, playing as a finisher role with the bat. But still, the batting hasn't been impressive for Royal Oman Stallions, except for Anshuman Prasanna right at the top, and a little bit of Karan Sonavle.
So the crux of the batting is still very much there for the Royal Oman Stallions. That top order that remains unchanged, but it's those finishing touches that they are missing. 6 overs gone, 32 for the loss of 3. ROS.
Mujibur Ali has an opportunity with the ball, and he's been at best mediocre. 9 runs of his first over, and throughout the tournament there were high expectations from Mujibur Ali. He's coming from the camp of the national side, and that's where certainly Yalla Shabab Giants would have wanted the best of Mujibur Ali, but that's not been the case.
Yeah, well, with the ball in hand, it's always going to be that part-timer effort. No, what actually mattered here for Yalla Shabab Giants was Mujibur Ali with the bat. He did come good in a few games, but then after that, it hasn't been that commanding performance. He hasn't looked to dominate, or he hasn't looked to command any sort of attention all throughout. It's been more or less that Zoeb Amanat show for the Yalla Shabab Giants. And you would notice that because whenever Yalla Shabab Giants win a game, it are those usual suspects, Zoeb Amanat, Hasnain ul Wahab, who turn up at the man of the match presentation, and that's pretty much it. And that's been the story for both these two teams who are battling it out in this last game of the League. Finally conceding a single off the bat, making a comeback of sorts here, and 3 balls, just a couple of runs added to the total. Works away towards the onside, watchfully played. Oh, he's going to get a couple for himself. He was running towards the danger end. Saad Bagar eventually just gets those 2 runs added to the total. It'll be very interesting to see if Mujibur Ali can certainly use a little bit of pace on his deliveries, because he certainly knows how to keep it wicket to wicket, bowls the right line and length at every possible delivery, and he's not a very easy bowler to be taken apart.
I totally second what you're saying. With that ball coming sharply inside the arc of the right-hander, he's a tricky bowler. But in 2025, it's a result-oriented world, and that's where you want results. And when we talk about results, they're certainly not there for Mujibur Ali, and that's where the problem has been for Yalla Shabab Giants. They've been brilliant with the bat, but with the ball, players haven't stood up and stood up tall. 7 overs done, 38 for the loss of 3. Abdul Khalik. Tong straight down the ground. Half a chance? Not really. If it's not a chance for Sai Shiv or Super Sanju, it's not a chance. But I mean, coming to the most important point, if you're talking about the bowling of Royal Oman Stallions or bowling of Yalla Shabab Giants, that is the area of concern. And primarily when you are talking about Yalla Shabab Giants, they haven't been impressive. Abdul Khalik, who came into the ranks primarily as a batter. Right now he's having the bowling duties. Do you think it's a concern with the selection process?
Well, Abdul Khalik is a very, very effective pace bowler, and that's one of the main reasons why he's there in the team. So I'm not sure whether he's there for batting duties, but Sharfuddin is also a very effective bowler, and he starts off with some good deliveries. He's got some good pace behind him, looks to bowl hard lengths. Well, at the moment, both these two sides have a little bit of central India flavor, Hyderabadi biryani and Madhya Pradesh sort of a flavor, Bhopal. And you've got the likes of Sharfuddin, doing really well, Saad Bagar doing really well for the Royal Oman Stallions. And as far as the Yalla Shabab is concerned, it's got Abdul Khalik, who's looked to pick up wickets at regular intervals. He's bowling his heart out, and with little support. As far as the bowling is concerned, Umair Shakil, a premier fast bowler, and he's not come up with the wickets that he would have liked to, because when you see him just one tournament ago in that 20 over format, he's picked up at least a couple of player of the match medallions. When D10 comes by, all of a sudden things do look a little quiet. They should be looking to dominate, especially when they have so many games against those challenger sides. Oh, there's good shot. One bounce and into the boundary ropes, or rather over the boundary ropes. Saad Bagar is looking to score quickly.
He's a good talent, Saad Bagar. He was exceptional at the toss. And now with that opportunity with the bat, probably for the very first time that I'm seeing Saad Bagar using the bat in his hand in this D10 competition. He's been on the side mostly for his fielding capabilities.
Shot. Fielder interested and into the hands, and never looked to be in control here, Saad Bagar, and Abdul Khalik picks up a wicket, and that's one of the main reasons why Abdul Khalik is very, very effective all throughout this tournament for Royal Oman Stallions and, beg your pardon, Yalla Shabab Giants.
He's a thinking bowler, and that's where he's generally spot on. Sharfuddin dug it well into the wicket, and that's where Saad Bagar not able to get any kind of elevation. Wicket stumbling for Royal Oman Stallions, and that's where it's been concerned throughout the season. Final delivery for Abdul Khalik. Karthik in the middle, and he will start off with a single. 47 for the loss of 4 at the end of 8. With 12 balls to spare, Royal Oman Stallions need a move on. Umer Shakil, tong straight down the ground. Fielder is going to be collecting it. Hasnainul Wahab doesn't drop many. And Umer Shakil is a standout bowler. Karthik will not be able to contribute much as he walks back to the dugout as the 5th wicket. It was dug in short. A little bit of a movement. That's where the good part of bat was not able to connect to that ball. And hence just behind that circle. Got into a very good position there. Hasnainul Wahab. Certain troubles for Royal Oman Stallions that haven't got off to a great start, and that's where they're in a struggling situation. Time for some left arm spin? Not really. Sagar Parmar in with the bat. A deep square leg and third. The 2 boundary options in the floating power play. And a little bit of an inside edge. Luck favors the brave. Dancing down the track means brave. Inside edge means luck. Starts off with a boundary, Sagar Parmar. He was trying to make use of that wicket. But Sagar Parmar trying to make something happen here in the floating power play. It's a valuable boundary. In the process, they do get to that 50-run mark. 10 more deliveries means they need to get somewhere around 70. Can they get 20 in the final 10? Dancing down the track, not really. Shuffling across on this occasion. A big heave on the leg side, inside part of the bat, and that's where it's only a single for Sagar Parmar.
Probably the right kind of approach here for both Sagar Parmar and Sharfuddin, that they're looking to score boundaries and they're looking to take that extra risks, because at the end of 10 overs, it's the score that matters and not the amount of wickets that you have managed to preserve towards the end of the innings. And if you're really interested in winning the game, it's going to be that total that your bowlers are looking to defend. They've got a decent bowling side, Royal Oman Stallions, with some of the players very, very lethal during those death overs, managing to, hold back the runs. They don't leak too many runs, and especially the batters who are right now in the center, Sharfuddin and Sagar Parmar, are one of the main, sort of operators in that second innings. Oh, what a strike. It's, I think, skied and straight into the hands of the fielder, but that sounded really good off the bat straight away. Sharfuddin departs.
Almost feel as if Hasnainul Wahab is having a practice session here in the middle. It's a dead rubber. And Royal Oman Stallions are just giving some catching practice to Hasnainul Wahab. And he's happy to be accepting them at the moment. Things not working for Royal Oman Stallions whatsoever. They were the finalists of the D20. Coming into D10, they've been a disappointing side.
Yeah, certainly looking to sky this one. This was the first wicket in the over by by the bowler, and then now the left-hander also looking to get under the skier. So quite a few high catches. Jay Odedra also picking up a wicket courtesy skier, and that was Sai Shiv on this occasion. Abdul Khalik getting the better of the right-handed batter, and then now it's Sharfuddin who's also looked to sky the ball within the circle.
It's been that kind of a day for Royal Oman Stallions where they've decided to give some good quality catching practice for Yalla Shabab Giants. Yes, Yalla Shabab Giants have dropped a few catches, and probably it's a training session for Yalla Shabab Giants. The only good part is they haven't dropped any today.
I still remember my training sessions. It was more during the recesses of school, and we had the likes of Mushtaq Syed and Jatinder Singh, you know, throwing a season ball in the field from one end to the other, and you had to make a catch out of it. And the game's name was very simple. It was called Catch Catch.
You're taking me back in the day as well. The only difference is the names. You remind me of Sanjeet Kanodia, Ansar Ansari, and the list goes on. And both of them were my seniors. They played domestic Premier League probably one season prior to me. And that's where I wasn't accustomed to hardball.
Oh, it's a good shout. No, says the umpire. Probably impact outside off because he looked to shuffle a bit too much toward outside the off stump. End of the over. It's a successful one for Umair Shakil. He's picked up 2 in this over and leaked 20 runs. Penultimate over done and dusted. 55 for 6. Royal Oman Stallions. Abdul Khalik has responsibilities on his shoulder to help Yalla Shabab Giants end with a flourish. 55 already on board, and they certainly don't want much to be added. They want to just have something manageable at the moment. From here onwards, if they can manage to keep them under 65, I think it's a job well done. Works away, use of wrists towards the leg side.
Really had high expectations from both these sides, Yalla Shabab Giants and Royal Oman Stallions. Start of the tournament, I thought that these two are the best teams in this format with the kind of explosiveness that both have to offer. Also the kind of depth. If you're talking about Royal Oman Stallions, Karan Sonavle, Anshuman Guru Prasanna, Junaid, big shot. And a deflection of the wicketkeeper means they'll get a single of a bye.
Well, completely agree with you. They do have those explosive players and they have those impact players, but then at the end of the day you see those 2 finalists up there. You've got IS Invincibles and Majis Titans. Majis Titans, a well-rounded team. They have a person for every stage of the game, and that's perhaps one of the reasons why they are there in the finals. Very, very solid side and probably favourites tonight. On the other hand, IS Invincibles have been playing consistently, and with the talent that they have, I am absolutely not surprised by the fact that they are in the finals. And that has been the difference between the sides who have not made it to the finals and those 2 finalists. It's been consistency and it's been coming good at the right time, winning those key movements in that short format.
No, my point is a little different. My point is that primarily Osman Ali Shah, one of the top scorers of the tournament, Zohaib Amanat, he's leading the charts as well. Right in the block hole, finds the gap, will get to the boundary. Some handy runs for Royal Oman Stallions from the bat of Sagar Parmat. This is his second boundary.
He has certainly helped himself there, and all he had to do was make sure that he placed it right in between those two fielders. That's a good boundary to have in that last over.
So coming back to my point, both those sides are just not in the equation. They're out of the tournament, Renaissance Challengers and Yalla Shabab Giants.
Oh, this one stonked. And that's going to be taken. And what a catch. And once again, not surprised, it's Super Sanju under the sun with a nice floppy hat. And catching practice it is for Yalla Shabab Giants.
Probably ran 20 meters. It was a full-blooded sprint, and then to put in a slide. That's the quality of Super Sanju. Most players wouldn't have even made it to that ball.
The slide was cosmetic because he was standing when he took the catch.
Oh, not really. The slide is generally to make sure that you have a balanced eyesight. Because when you're running, you get a very blurry vision. And that's where most of the sports people put in that slide to make sure that there is a stable eyesight. Sagar Parmar, those two boundaries of the inside edge and walks back to the hut. 10 of 6 deliveries for him, 62 for the loss of 7.
Farman, the new man in, he's got a couple of balls to make a difference. Totally dig those gloves that he's wearing. Abdul Khalik, he's picked up his second wicket and possibly his third as well, because this one, oh no, it's not going to be a wicket. He's just landed in the safe spot, no fielder there. Umer Shakil was inside the circle, 1 ball to go.
And then when you're talking about the bowling performances, Shahbaz Hussain, 12 wickets, Yashash GL, 12 wickets, Syed Amir Shah, 11 wickets, Sai Shiv Narayan, 11 wickets, Yusuf Manik, 11 wickets, Mohammad Sharfuddin, 10 wickets. None of these players and their team in the finale.
This one stonked as well. This time a couple of fielders interested, and the person with the gloves, who has been absolutely brilliant all throughout the last couple of tournaments, Sami, will ensure that Abdul Khalik gets his third wicket. It's a good outing for him this afternoon.
In his arc and trying to throw the kitchen sink at it, only manages to get a little bit of an outside edge, and Sami does well. He put himself in a midpoint of misery, and to recover from that, he did really well. An absolutely professional wicket keeper for Yalla Shabab Giants. But what an outing. Two sister concerns. Neither want to get the other one out of the equation. Bragging rights is what they're playing for.
And here the look at the batting card here, Alevur Guru Prasanna, and he certainly couldn't make a good showing this afternoon. 9 for 8. Junaid Ahmed, 18 runs of 15 deliveries, and then after that it was only Sagar Parmar who got into the double digits. 6 ball 10 is what he managed. Some boundaries here and there, and eventually ending their 10 overs at 64 for the loss of 8 wickets with the help of 7 extras. As far as the bowling is concerned, a couple of wickets each for Azmat Khan and Umer Shakil. After that, it was 1 wicket to Jay Odedra, who kept things very silent. 1 for 3 in his 2 overs. Abdul Khan Khalik bowled like a champion. 3 wickets to his name for only 17 runs in his 2 overs. And it was a well-rounded effort by all the bowlers of YSG. Here's how things started. Batting first, and Anshuman Prasanna got off to a boundary. The left-hander also helped himself to a 6. Some good runs towards the offside for the left-hander, and then finally the wickets started and the floodgates opened. Royal Oman Stallions kept losing wickets at regular intervals, mostly courtesy some skiers looking to accelerate at different stages of the innings, but the fielders were well adept, managing to hold on to their catches, and that's what made the difference here. Plenty of efforts and lot of shot making processes gone wrong for the Royal Oman Stallions. Umer Shakil picking up those 2 wickets courtesy skiers, and then Abdul Khalik went for runs, but then largely remained economical, supported by the fielders. This was a great sliding catch by Super Sanju, and then finally that last ball wicket caught by Sami. So plenty of action that the fielders have had, and ensuring that they keep Royal Oman Stallions to a modest total. Whether or not Yalla Shabab Giants end up on the winning side and grab another couple of points for themselves in the last game of the Super League stage, we'll come to know only after a short break. Do stay tuned.
He has timed that one well. That is the ball straight in. Beautiful ball. Excellent. Yes, it is.
Welcome back to the second innings, and it's the Royal Oman Stallions versus the Yalla Shabab Giants, the last game of the Super League stage. Both these two teams out of contention of that finals, but certainly they have bragging rights up for grabs. Royal Oman Stallions in that first innings scored about 64 for the loss of 8 wickets, and with the help of 7 extras, some handy contributions by Junaid Ahmed at the top of the order, and then right at the lower middle order it was Sagar Parmar who got into the double figure mark, scoring 10 of 6. If you don't have much to talk about the batting, obviously the bowling of the Yalla Shabab Giants has got something to do with it. Wickets for everyone except Mujibur Ali, and most of them keeping it very, very neat and tidy. 1 wicket for Jay Odedra, Azmat Khan picking up a couple of wickets, and 2 wickets for Umair Shakil as well. But the pick of the bowlers enjoying the most success was Abdul Khan Khalik, 3 for 17 in his couple of overs. Joining me in the comm box, it's got to be the senior statesman Jamil Zaidi, and tell us something about Zoeb Amanat and the way he has literally lit up the tournament due to his delightful striking.
Thank you, Amin, and good evening to all the viewers. Absolutely, he's one of the best batter we have in the D10 series. In every match he was improving and going more blood gunning rather than the last one he has played. Absolutely brilliant batter. And I hope today he will continue the way he used to play in the couple of matches before. Though this match is almost a local derby, you can say. Nothing at stake. It's only someone to take the winning combination like that.
Sagar Parmar with the ball in hand, and as always Royal Oman Stallions looking for the slower bowlers to make an impact early on in that power play phase. They're up against one of the best here, Zoeb Amanat. On the non-strikers end, it's a little young flavour, and that's going to be Rishabh Gupta. So no Hasnanul Wahab starting for Yalla Shabab Giants this afternoon.
Once again, I think I always appreciate that they have shown Rishabh at the top of the order. The young chap doesn't have much outing in the ground.
And that ball got a little bit of extra bounce and hit him flush on the helmet immediately. I think it's just shook him a little bit, so probably the physio and the umpire will also have a little bit of a check. He's a strong lad, Zoeb Amanat, plays plenty of cricket, and he certainly will rise up.
To talk about today's finale, I mean, what are your expectations?
Oh, I am expecting Asif Al Balushi to throw a grand party. I hope he's listening. I hope he's somewhere around. He's geared up. He's all fired up. And I'll make certainly no mistakes if I'm going to be saying that IAS Invincibles are going to come all guns firing. They'll be pumped up. And they have the team to certainly make a difference.
It always happens, when the team is roaring. So it kept roaring till the end of the tournament today. We'll have to see how they'll come up with this big final.
Works away towards the onside. Another single, and that would mean Rishabh Gupta will face his first ball.
Mujibur Titans, on the other hand, absolutely a very balanced team. Some outstanding players they do have, the name of Jihan Clote and Adam Frisco, Vishwanath Vijayaratne.
Oh yes, and Majid's Titans is that sort of a side that has players for every occasion. When you need runs in the death, you've got explosive hitters. When you need runs at the top of the order, you've got some good openers who've come good. Just beating the bat, Sagar Parmar. And then even with the bowling, they are well stacked up. You've got the likes of Hemal Tandil breathing fire, and then Abid Khan also coming in from the other end. So it's a exciting new ball partnership that they share. The slower bowlers have been very effective, although not so much. They mostly rely on the pacers to get the job done. It's going to be a very important toss to win this evening. Big shot towards the covers. Rishabh Gupta gets his first boundary of the game, and that was a very, very attractive shot to look at.
All the left-handers, when they do play those extra cover drives, the flicks, it's absolutely pleasing to see them. Especially the cover drives, it's quite natural. Beautifully played. So that shot of confidence should have been given in the other matches also, as we were talking about yesterday. He is a young chap. He needs to have some confidence playing some big matches on the top order.
Good start for the Yalla Shabab Giants. They are above par at the moment. So starting off on a good note. 7 for the loss of no wickets, Yalla Shabab Giants. Farman will share the new ball, so some pace. Zoeb Amanat not getting a good hold onto that one. Will go for only a single. Speaking of youngsters now, Rishabh Gupta on strike, and a lot of youngsters we've seen in this Oman D10 powered by Dafa News. They've looked to make their mark and contributing to the team's success very, very often. And we got some good names, something to look forward to, and that's been the sole purpose of having as many as 12 teams in the fray. Oh, brilliantly managed. Goes for the quick single, running around the bowler. But he was very, very quick onto it. Came down hard. It was a block hole delivery.
Could have taken two. Just talking about the youngster, yesterday we saw Soumya Sampath was promoted to bat at number 3. So that's a very, very good sign. And hats off to the captains and coaches of those teams who realizes that the time has come to give chances to those youngsters come up. Like today we have Rishabh playing this playoff game, you can say.
Oh, well, it's not only about, hats off to the coaches and, the captains. It's also a matter of pride for the teams that the youngsters have been and developed and taken care of in that entire atmosphere, that team atmosphere. Oh, big shot. You can't bowl short to Zoeb Amanat. Just teasingly away from that fielder at square leg. It's a good boundary. As many as 6 runs now added to the total.
Absolutely perfect timing. Look at that. Even the replay, I'll show how quickly it should be and how to play those short pitch deliveries. It's a perfect example by Zoeb Amanat.
Immediately moving on. Here's Zoeb Amanat, 5 ball 10.
Look at that. He just came outside the off stump from the middle of the bat. Pierced through the square leg boundary for the maximum.
Yeah, I see your point there. It's quite an admirable shot by Zoeb Amanat. Very, very quick hand-eye coordination. Sharp and effective because he looks to strike the ball hard and right from the middle of the bat. Makes for some exciting viewing.
Whenever you are playing a short pitch delivery or a bouncer, our coaches always advise us you have to come towards the offside. Sorry, if you are a right-hander, to the right leg offside, and then you can have the see the ball easily and play accordingly.
Oh, some runs here. It's past the keeper, straight through his hands, and he's gotten a little bit of bat onto it as well. Runs are flowing in this over by Farman. He's not able to keep the batters quiet.
I think it almost touched. No, it was hit the bat. Could have been a catch. I mean, but it was so powerful cut. I think it was passed in a flash to the wicket keepers.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of Farman. He very, very quick off the deck. He bowls and uses the conditions to the fullest. Farman, not an easy bowler to negotiate at the moment. Zoeb Amanat is making everything look nice. Once again looks to thump it towards the leg side. It's a long chase, and he'll get as many as 2. That's the good result.
Just talking about the youngsters, yesterday I was amazed to see that Sri Lanka's Challengers has got this boy, 14-year-old Vivan, I believe his name is. Vivian. And how he dived to save that boundary. It is absolutely amazing. Such a young boy, 14 years of age. But that exposure will give them confidence to come big players.
Oh, it's one after the another. Boundaries flowing. And how? Because this is another 6 year from the bat of Zoeb Amanat. At the moment, he's enjoying himself out there.
His way of batting is exactly the same. I mean, look at that one. Once again, picked up beautifully. Standing and delivering. Absolutely perfect timings.
End of the over. It's 2 overs gone. 27 for no loss. Deciding Saad Bagad will have a bowl in the 3rd over. Rishabh Gupta on strike. He's been there for 4 deliveries and has gotten a boundary to his name. Oh, down the ground. This was struck powerfully. And there is a fielder out there. But certainly a very, very good looking shot from the left-hander.
Confidence building shot from Rishabh Gupta. Today, time has come for him to stay till the end and get some match practice.
Very, very quick between the wickets, both these two batters. And Saad Bagad has to do a little bit of fielding of his own bowling. Well, it's certainly not match practice. This is still a very competitive game. You have the bowlers coming at you hard. What this gives Rishabh Gupta as a youngster the opportunity is that he gets to make a difference in the side. He gets to play a defining innings. Doesn't need to be a blitzkrieg of an innings. Doesn't need to be flamboyant. He just needs to play good, solid cricket, score some runs, get some runs under the belt. Just gets a little bit of outside edge, straight to backward point. In the meantime, the batters will cross over for a single.
This is all what I mean. For this young chap, there's no pressure. A senior person, batter is doing his job.
tossed it up. Smart bowler here, Saad Bagar. In the end, had to check his intentions. Zoeb Amanat, he was looking to charge down the track, and immediately Saad Bagar providing that antidote for such a advance here. Won't prevent a single. So runs coming off every delivery in this over. They've crossed 30 at the moment, 31 for no loss. This time it's slightly back of length. First couple of overs, plenty of runs scored, so never going to be under any sort of pressure, these two batters. Sees this over of Rishabh Gupta, and 3 overs done. It's 31 for no loss, YSG. Sharfuddin, an unusual period for him to be in action because he is looking to bowl in those death overs more often than not for Royal Oman Stallions, and at the moment realizing that YSG are looking to score quickly, so probably get in one of your top bowlers and try and stunt the flow of runs.
This is one of the fast bowlers, young fast bowler. All-rounders have impressed absolutely with this boy, Sharfuddin. He has got a lot of wicket in this D10 tournament. Got runs also. Very nippy bowler.
Full outside the off stump. He'll just tick along for a single.
Remember, in a match he took 4 wickets in that match he took. And then he got 3 wickets in another match and 2 wickets in another match. So he's among the wicket takers. I mean, 10 I believe that he has taken in this tournament so far.
Good ball. Keeping the batters quiet, and that's why he's out there immediately producing results. A couple of dot balls in this over and only a single, so it's going to be key. It's an even game here for both batters and bowlers. This D10 powered by Dafa News. The bowlers get a win even if they manage to get a dot ball. The batters have the license to hit for some big runs. Oh, just like that. This one cannot be stopped because there is no fielder out there. It's a huge gap towards the offside. The left-hander getting his second boundary.
Beautifully played. Look at coming down the wicket. It's a full toss. Looks to be a maximum. Have to fear the umpire signal.
Still consulting. And yes, of course, it's going to be a maximum. So what a brilliant result for Rishabh Gupta. He saw a dot ball, made sure that he understood the intentions of the bowler and helped himself for a big score. At the moment, looking very solid out there, Rishabh Gupta. Oh, this is even better. Well managed. Rocking onto the back foot and swiveling, making sure that he gets enough bat onto it in the direction he wanted. Good stuff here from this young lad, Rishabh Gupta.
Brilliantly played. Caribbean style shot to the square leg boundary. Just one leg up and played it beautifully. Perfect timings. What a shot.
Yeah,
To
have a
me,
look at that once again. Dug it in short and oh, beautiful posture. Can probably have this one screenshot and saved.
what a shot.
Looks to take a single, but will decide against it because enough runs possibly for Yalla Shabab Giants in this one. 4 overs gone, 42 for no loss YSG. Ahmed now, Atta Ahmed has been introduced into the attack. Slower bowlers because the pace bowlers at the moment not able to keep the batters tied down. So resorting to some spin. Works it away to long on. It's going to be only a single. They wouldn't mind that as far as the runs keep coming. And isn't much to get at the moment. 22 needed of a little under 35 balls. So they'll be very pleased with the effort and the progress they have made since the start of the innings, not losing a wicket as well. Oh, good one. They certainly did some good calling. Immediately off in a flash.
Good running between the wickets. So far, going very comfortably. Yalla Shabab, very near to the total posted by Royal Stallions. And these two are looking great at the moment.
Tossed it up. And very easily picked it off his pads. He's going to go for the second run. And the throw was wild. And hence he will get his second run. That's good running.
Brilliant running, brilliant running. That's the thing, which makes the pressure on the fielders. Right, 1 into 2. That is the policy. Exactly what they have done. It was just one run, but they just ran it for 2 as the bowler left his place and tried to retrieve the ball himself. So that was intelligent running.
Good ball. And these are the sort of deliveries needed to ask questions, put them in two minds, whether to play it off the back foot or whether to plant your front foot forward. And there's been very few of these in this Royal Oman Stallions bowling effort so far. Shot. Oh, he's going to be feeling very lucky. He is not gone for a big 6. At the moment, realizing that risky shots and aggressive hitting is not the need of the hour. What they need is a not out at the end of the day and see their team off to a win. Cruising are Yalla Shabab Giants, 47 for no wickets at over number 5.
So the signal states that it's time for floating power play. Zoeb Amanat on 29, and in the process, he becomes the highest run getter in this tournament. Shaping up to go big in the gap, but well fielded by the fielder. Going has been good so far in the second innings for Yalla Shabab Giants, and joining me in the com box is Evergreen Pranav Mehta. Good evening, Pranav.
Good evening, Faraz. How are you doing today? AKA Budipa.
The big learning is never share anything with my fellow co-commentator.
Inside out. Over point. Outfield ever so quick here at the Oman Cricket Academy. But one man who wants to make it happen and make it happen quick is Zohaib Amanat.
It's just 16 runs. They are in a comfortable position, and why not? He got bulk of runs, so he wants to face Bugger. He wants to get those quick runs, add more runs to his tally.
30 of 18. Can he get to 50? Looking for a big shot inside out. It's going to go to the boundary. Make it 16 more from the remaining 12.
To do that, he needs to work on his calculation. Get 6, 4, then a maximum.
You've answered. I'm certainly sure that he's calculating it. I'm almost certain about it. Every good batter is always counting his runs. And those milestones are so important, and that's an example.
It's always good. Sometimes you also need to play for yourself, and keeping in mind you are in a strong position. Now you need to target for your personal milestone here. And very impressed the way Shivadas Gupta got those runs, 19 unbeaten.
Looking for a big heave, not able to connect. He's looking for a maximum. But this ball has to be a single now.
And Gupta is asking him, do I need to be ready for that single?
It's a no-brainer. Do you need to ask that? It's certainly a single. Oh, big shot. Probably not reading him right. There's a fielder underneath on this occasion, and he holds on to it. Zohaib Amanat, who is batting really well, is going to be walking back to the dugout, and still 12 runs to get means Zohaib Amanat will be a little disappointed.
Whenever he thinks of a milestone, he perishes. This is what we have seen a couple of nights ago on 49. He was trying to go for a maximum, and now yet again, low full toss, not a proper connection. Got that height but not the distance. A good catch taken by Shah Rukh Khan. And look at that send-off. Politely. The smile says it all for Saad Baggar getting better off.
It's Saad Bakar, the captain. So the first wicket down. For Yalla Shabab, they just need a mediocre 12 of 24 deliveries. Time for Ataullah. 5 runs in his first over. He's been one of those incredible bowlers with that height. Oh, he's stranded in the middle. Puts in a dive when nobody was attacking the stumps. Funny game of cricket here.
Azmat Khan just came in and wanted to take the strike. Shivadas Gupta was not interested. He has lost his senior partner. Now he wants to keep the strike as much as possible, get those remaining runs.
Extra bit of bounce. There is an opportunity for a second. Won't get it. Do you remember Sangakkara versus, who is it? Mohammad Hafiz? A similar kind of a fake fielding.
I think it was Ahmad Shahzad.
Oh yes, Ahmad Shahzad it is.
It was Ahmad Shahzad.
That's why I love commentating with you. You're almost an encyclopedia of cricket.
The only one thing which I am at best, a love for the game, the passion for the game always keep me driving, and it's always good to follow the game, Pranav. It's not only about the domestic games but also keep an eye at international or other league games, and so much coming on social media as well, helping us.
Oh, it's a big appeal. It's not going to be going in favor of the fielding side. I feel the impact was probably outside the off stump. Asmat Khan trying to play that paddle from outside the off stump. It's one thing to have the knowledge, and it's another thing to remember that knowledge. And that's where you're extraordinary.
And I hardly used to remember the syllabus in my school days, but when it comes to cricket, you take me down 30, 40 years, the memories are so fresh in my mind. Talking about 87 World Cup, 83 World Cup, 92, 96, 99. I was always backed by my father when it comes to watching cricket, but when it comes to playing cricket, he was very strict.
Probably he was worried that you would break a bone or two. But that it always comes as a matter of fact. Favorite subjects. Oh, directed. Not coming to the impact. It's a game of cat and mouse at the moment between Yalla Shabab Giants and Royal Oman Stallions. The only difference being Zohaib Amanat.
Always among the runs. Whenever he got the runs, the team went on to win the matches. And now these two, they know they won't get much opportunity in the upcoming tournaments, especially when you talk about the batting department, because the senior players will be back and they'll join the squad. So both are itching to go and keep the strike. Azmat and Shivadas Gupta. So good spell from Ahmed. Going for 8 wicketless, 7 overs gone, 56. Last 3 overs, still 9 needed.
Need a moment of magic. Royal Oman Stallions defending those 9 runs to win in 18 deliveries. If they make a mess out of this, Yalla Shabab Giants, they're not going to be sleeping for the next 2 months. And they are almost making a mess out of it.
Both the batters, they want to go big, they want to get those boundaries, but it's not easy. The timing is not up to the mark for Gupta and Azmat in the last few overs. No proper communication between these two while running between the wickets. Cleaned
inside
him
it.
up.
And it's going to be travelling to the boundary. A much needed boundary for Rishabh Gupta, who was looking very, very edgy. Or rather, it's bowled. I am so sorry. Didn't realize that. I thought it's going to the boundary. Completely made a mess of that. Second wicket down for Yalla Shabab Giants in terms of Rishabh Gupta.
It was not the ball travelling to the boundary, it's Rishabh Gupta travelling towards the dugout. A big heave and he misses the line completely. The final day, day 12. Yes, the ball travelled to the boundary, but before that, he knocked that leg stump, Karthik. So wicket number 2 goes down, still 9 needed. Abdul Khalik arrives.
Sliding down the leg. It's one of those kind of games where the team is trying to lose from the other after missing all their primary players. They were so reliant on those players that without them, they're just not in the equation.
Loud appeal, and there is also a learning for Zoeb Amanat. He needs to make sure once he get the start, stay till the end, get those remaining runs, get the business done. He just got carried away, looking for his 50, but nothing wrong in it. 10 wickets in hand. The other batters, they looked very ordinary. At last, a single from the bat after that extra in this over. So 7 of final 12.
The best part is that for the intermediate sides, the tournament finished even before it started. They were coming rusty into the season, and only on the final day of round 1 is when teams started to get in form. If this would have been a longer tournament for them, a lot of these players would be hiding their face, because if they wouldn't be able to stand up to the quality of intermediate sides, there will be so many questions onto them. Big appeal. Unmoved is the umpire Zaman Qureshi.
Runs are hard to come from the bat of the batters of Yalla Shabab, but Karthik is helping the cause here. 2 wides in this over. I like this format. The first time in the history of D10 intermediate teams got a chance, and I want this to continue.
Flicked on the leg side. It's going to be a single. They're crawling towards the victory, and that is something that you don't want to be doing in the last match, which is almost a formality. Final delivery of the over. He's done well, Karthik. Just 4 runs. He's picked up that wicket as well.
Another one down the leg. And he hails from Baroda. He had that vast of experience playing first class cricket back home in India. Was also part of Ranji side of Baroda.
Inside edge onto the pads. Abdul Khalik. We've mentioned that he's in the side for his batting capabilities. He's not standing up to our comments. 8 overs done, 61 for the loss of 2. Hate saying it, but this is the make or break over for Yalla Shabab Giants. Because if you don't get past Sagar Parmar, in my opinion, the best bowler of this tournament. Big shot on the leg side. It is Azmat Khan who's got underneath it and he's tonged it. He didn't like my comment. He didn't like my appreciations for Sagar Parmar, and that's when he sent Sagar Parmar sailing over deep mid wicket.
So two boys from Hyderabad, they remain unbeaten for Yalla Shabab Giants and took Yalla Shabab home with this maximum Azmat Khan. It was in the arc of Azmat, and what a strike. Going after Sagar Parmar, and it's Yalla Shabab Giants who will finish this tournament on a high note. Royal Oman Stallions definitely missing the services of quite a few key players. Not a tournament they want to have where they misses the services of Nadeem, Hasnain Ali Shah, Jiten Kumar Ramanandi, no Karan Sonavle in today's game. Zoeb Amanat yet again among the runs, 34 of just 22. Gupta got runs to his name, 19 balls 21. Khan and Khalik remain unbeaten. 8 for Khan, Khalik just a single and 3 extras. All the 3 extras came in the previous over of Karthik, and it took 8.1 overs for Giants to go past the total of 63. Sagar Parmar, wicketless, so was Farman. There's 2 wickets going down, one for captain Saad Baggar and one for Karthik Rajendra Kumar. It has been a tough tournament for the D20 finals. Royal Oman Stallions, another loss in their final game of this D10. It was Zoeb Amanat who provided that flying start as expected, and in the process he went past Usman Ali Shah, and now he holds the record of most runs in this edition of D10. Gupta also batted beautifully. The first wicket partnership yielded plenty of runs. Zoeb Amanat was the first casualty in the over of Saad Baggar, getting out for 36 runs. A low full toss, it was played in the air and he was held in deep square. Couple of quick wickets went down, but Azmat Khan and Khalid made sure no more casualties for Yalla Shabab. A wind blowing here at Oman Cricket Academy, and let's see the match summary, how this match transpired between these two sides. Stallions winning the toss and they posted 64. It was Junaid Ahmed's 18, Sagar Parmar 10. But after just first 2 overs where they got the runs, they were not able to get those quick runs in the remaining overs. Khalik was brilliant, 3 wickets to his name, 2 wickets for Khan and 2 for Shakil. When the chase started, it was Amanat show, 34 of 22, and Gupta providing him that support, got 21. Khan remained unbeaten on 8. Karthik and Baggar bagging a wicket apiece. At the end, it was Yalla Shabab who won this game by 8 wickets in hand. We'll dive into short break. Once we are back, it will post-match presentation. But don't go anywhere because the big final is coming your way, 8 p.m. local time.
He has timed that one well. That is the ball straight in. Beautiful ball. Excellent. Yes, it is. ball. Excellent. Yes, it is.
Welcome to the post-match presentation ceremony. This is the last game, last encounter of the Super League stage, and it was the Royal Oman Stallions taking on Yalla Shabab Giants. A dead rubber, but nonetheless quite exciting. Batting first, Royal Oman Stallions scored 64, and batting second, Yalla Shabab Giants made sure that they didn't make heavy weather of reaching that target. One of the reasons why Yalla Shabab Giants dominated in that first innings was courtesy some very important bowling performances. Couple of wickets to some bowlers, but that 3-wicket haul by Abdul Khalik will ensure that he gets the player of the match for this encounter. I request him to come and collect his medallion from our match official, Mr. Gopakumar. Some Hyderabadi flavor here, and Abdul Khalik, सबसे पहले बहुत बहुत मुबारकबाद. और मैं कहना चाहूँगा क्या कैसा रहा आपका ये टूर्नामेंट का सफ़र. आप फाइनल्स में नहीं हैं, बट सर्टनली आपके पर्सनल एंडेवर्स, आपके जो पर्सनल परफॉर्मेंसेस जो यहाँ पे रहे हैं, क्या आप खुश हैं जिस वजह से आपने अपना सब प्रोसेस फॉलो किया.
पहले तो अल्लाह का शुक्र है, अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह मैन ऑफ द मैच मिला और पूरा टूर्नामेंट मेरे लिए अच्छा गया है. कहीं कहीं जगह है थोड़ा मैं और वर्क कर सकता था, अपनी टीम के लिए जिता सकता था. ये सब मेरे पेरेंट्स की दुआएं, उनका नतीजा है कि मैं इतना अच्छा परफॉर्म कर पा रहा हूँ इधर, और आगे भी करूँगा इंशाल्लाह.
आपके रोल के बारे में बताएं इस टूर्नामेंट में, जिस वजह से आपको एक सीनियर बॉलर के तौर पे देखा गया. आपने जिस वजह से आपने स्टेप अप किया, आप काफ़ी हद तक बहुत फ्रीक्वेंट विकेट्स ले रहे थे, ब्रेक थ्रूज ले रहे थे टीम के लिए. तो क्या अलग था इस टूर्नामेंट में आपके लिए और आपके टीममेट्स जिस वजह से आपको देख रहे थे.
हमारे जो सीनियर बॉलर्स है वो एशिया कप के लिए गए हैं, तो मुझे एक प्लान दिया गया था कि तुम्हें सिर्फ डॉट बॉल्स पे जाना है, विकेट्स नहीं लेना है. छोटा फॉर्मेट है, तो मैं डॉट बॉल्स पे ही गया ज़्यादातर. एक प्लान के थ्रू चला, मुझे उस पर सक्सेस मिला. थैंक यू.
अच्छा, अभी कुछ मज़े की बात करते हैं. पार्टी कहाँ पर है. मैन ऑफ द मैच तो मिला है.
आप जहाँ बोले वहाँ पार्टी इंशाल्लाह.
Okay, once again, very, very well played and congratulations, and hope you do much more ahead. That's all we have from the post-match presentation ceremony. Do stay tuned. We've got the big final lined up for you tonight. For now, it's good night.
He has timed that one well. That is the ball straight in. Beautiful ball.